Hello, welcome to Food Street and its Food Fright event. It's time for the first Halloween event in Food Street and I'm so excited. My builders are out there setting up my area just by my food club, and as soon as they have finished, which won't be very long from now, I'm going to start making lots of good yummy Halloween goodies. Now there are currently 8 people in my food club, and what this means is that when we compete against other food clubs, we will only be competing against food clubs that have 8 members in, not against people that have 1 or 2 or 3. Now if you want to join a food club and you'd rather not set up your own, then there are lots out there. You can search for your friends, you can start your own one, the choice is yours. But either way, I'm hoping that you're enjoying the event that's currently ongoing at the moment, because I know I am. Now this is going to be day 1 of my video, and this is an introduction to the town with all the decoration and the first day of the event, and I will try to make a video every day to show you what's going on or how my food club is doing. Right now you can see there's lots of decoration. We got some really cool Halloween banners across the road. There are people walking around the town wearing Halloween costumes, and watch out for the sewer system, there is a monster down there. And I think he's related to the one that's in the ocean that is scaring all the fish away, and the lighthouse fisherman is not too happy about that, as he keeps telling me. But what he's trying to do is to catch it because he wants to see how it tastes. And I'm not so sure if that's a good thing, but each to his own, I suppose, when it comes to monsters like that. Now I do love the Halloween decoration. I love the way that the actual buildings are just there with some really nice cool images. In fact, some of the buildings even have monsters hanging out the window. And what makes it even more special, you got some awesome vehicles just driving up and down. I must admit, the actual blue Batmobile there is really cool, especially the way the bats just come out the back. And you've even got a really interesting ambulance style car there. It reminds me of a really nice movie that I enjoyed watching many years ago. Right now, because it's Halloween, you can get some decoration. So if you open up this little area down in the bottom left hand corner, you can buy some Halloween tables and chairs, and that's going to cost you vouchers. If you scroll on down, you can get a Halloween gate. That's 1300 gold coins. You can get a Halloween wall. You can even get a wall or Halloween fence there. Oh yes. You've got gravestones, you've got pumpkins, you've got black pumpkins, you got a tree and a well there. You've got columns, candelabra, lanterns, sofas, organs, knight, statue. Oh wow, don't they look good? I certainly would like to get those. In fact, I bought the sofa already. You've got the candy apple stall, the Halloween bat and the Halloween pet, and I want to get that too. And there's even Halloween grass, so lots of cool decoration. Now if you want to dress your staff up to look like this, you can do so. So don't forget, you can modify your staff by just moving on down to the actual dress up lounge. So please do send them there, and the staff do look pretty nifty. Now for most of these decorations and changes, you're going to need coins, you're going to need gems or vouchers, and just look at what we've got there. Now you've basically got 32 days left before all of these are gone, so do get in there soon and buy them as fast as you can. Now let's give you a good indication on what there is in relation to the decoration. Okay, I've already talked about the ornaments, but for the avatars which you're looking at in a moment, there's a vampire face both for the man and the woman. You've got vampire skin and a vampire top. For the witch design, you've got a witch top, skirt and a hat, so do dress up your staff to look like beautiful witches. There's a zombie face both for the man and for the woman, and you've got zombie skin as well. And if you want to, there's curly hair, 3 different types, and my favourite, the blue skin. Now, as I said, some of it you will be using coins for, some of it you're going to need vouchers, and some of it will require diamonds. So do make sure you've got loads, and do get the decorations and the avatar designs as soon as you can, because it really does look good. And I must admit, I'm enjoying the way that my staff are looking at the moment. Now, it's almost time. We've got 1 minute and 50 seconds left there. Now, what's your impression at the moment? Are you really enjoying this event? I know I am. In fact, I'm so pleased that I'm number 2 in my food group already, because one of my friends within my food club has already overtaken me, and I don't believe it. But I don't mind, because we're working together. And I'm the first person to actually get the achievement, so yay. So it doesn't always mean it's important to get the point straight away. Right, now, it's almost time. Let's just watch the builders. Let's look at how they're actually setting everything up here. Look at the way they're hammering away, getting the stands ready. I'm so excited about this. It's really going to be wonderful. Now, in a minute, when they've actually finished building this and setting everything up, I'm going to talk to you a lot more about the event and give you a lot more details and some of my observations as well. And I will even be giving you some tips and suggestions. Now, just to recap, okay, this event has started today, which is Friday the 9th of October, and that's 12 o'clock noon GMT time. And it will continue until Monday the 2nd of November, and it will finish at 12 o'clock noon GMT time. Now, you've got a lot of time there to actually get 5,000 points, so do try your hardest. And the 5,000 points that you're trying to get is for your whole food club, not just for the one person. Right, we're on the final countdown, so 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and there it is, everybody. Doesn't it look wonderful? Now, you'll notice there you've got 3 little stands just off to the side and 1 off to the back by your storage bin. But let's read what he says. So, grab your food club friends and get cooking. Here are a few things to get you started, so good luck. And we're going to get a nice little prize, and here it comes. 5 pumpkins, 5 Twilight Roots, 5 blood oranges, cinnamon and ghostly essence. Oh yes. Right, now I'm going to plant those because I've got myself 6 little planting slots there. So 2 in the front one, now the 2 there, and then 2 more at the back there. Now, for the blood orange, you really don't need to be making a lot of these, but you will be requiring a lot of the other 2 vegetables. Trust me on that. Now, if you've got the option to increase the storage, I would strongly recommend it. It will make these events much easier for you, especially when it comes to making and getting things ready for when the orders do come up on the board. But like with any game, you're going to have to wait until you get those. Now, you've got 3 different machines there. In fact, I should say 4. One is the crop monster. Now, you'll notice from the crop monster there is an icon just under the fruit itself. If you want to get, say as an example, the blood orange, you're going to have to use 3 pumpkins. If you want to get the pumpkin, you're going to have to use 3 of the fruit below, and so forth. So it's a great way for you to actually balance your storage and not have too many. When it comes to the other booths, so you've got Frankie's booth there, and doesn't that look good there? Now, Frankie's booth is making Franken cookies, haunted cupcakes, and pumpkin Scareshakes, and I must admit I do like the look of that. So Scareshakes, oh yes, isn't that really delicious? Now, the next one you've got there is the Witch's Cauldron. Now, you can make pumpkin soup, you can make scary stew, and Dracula Drink. For the last one there, which is the Ghost Merchant. Now, he is your key supplier for materials, so you're really going to have to balance your time with him. And I would strongly recommend that you have a good storage of ghostly essence. because during the game there are some special gold orders, and I've had 2 so far, and they are time focused. They give a lot of points, over 100 points, and they need that essence. So you really want to make sure you have at least 8 essences in storage for when that one comes up. Another one that's actually quite common I'm finding at the moment is the cinnamon. So again, you want to have a nice storage of that one. For the Halloween candy from the Ghost Merchant, okay, right, you are going to need the blood orange for that one, but basically don't worry too much about that fruit. I would strongly recommend using the actual crop monster to squeeze 3 of your pumpkins together to make one of your blood oranges. Now it only takes an hour, and that's enough time when it actually comes down to preparing your ingredients, or at least that's what I feel so far. Now there is another option with the Ghost Merchant, and if you want to spend 100 coins, now maybe when you're going to go to sleep as an example, he will collect a mystery amount of items. Exactly how many he's going to collect, I honestly don't know at the moment. Maybe someone can try it out and find out for me and let me know, and then I will give that information in the video. In fact, I think before I go to bed tonight, because it's 1:34 in the morning here in Japan, I will get that one going and then see what the results are when I wake up in the morning. Now, as you already know, this event is going to last for a long time. Now, please do focus on the notice board that's just next to your food club building, because that's where you will find all of your orders. When you actually go into that section there, you will notice that there are 3 orders. And if you do rip them off, they take quite a long time before they actually come back and you get new orders again. But do watch out for those golden ones. As I said, they are special. In the center there, you will see that there is a jack-o'-lantern skull, and then basically there is a scrolling bar with a couple of boxes. Now, they are your thresholds. Every time you reach one of those thresholds, you will get a reward. My first threshold gave me 1 bronze voucher. And when I got to 108 orders done, I was able to get something really nice, which made my day. Now basically I got a thumbs up mark, which means that I can actually claim rewards at the end of this event, so I'm quite happy about that. Now once you've done the 2 key thresholds, okay, you've got your main prize option there as well, and trust me, they are going to be very nice. So let me just tell you about those. So for Food Club event information, if you actually click the question mark just above the little guy's head on the top left hand corner, you can see this information I'm about to read to you. It says, complete Food Club orders to earn event points and mystery boxes, which contain gold vouchers, collectibles and other awesome prizes. Oh yes. Reach 5,000 points and your club will enter a cook-off. Compete with other clubs and win a club reward. So all you have to do as a group is to collect 5,000 points. And my club only needs to get 3,181 points to reach that 5,000 total, because we've already got quite a few points already, and I'm quite pleased about that. So 1,819 points done so far. Oh yes, well done to my team. Now the actual thumbs up mark that you will see when you get it, so I got mine when I got to about 108 points. Only members who have earned the event badge by completing 10 orders will be eligible for club rewards. You must re-earn the badge if you leave or join a new club. So basically 10 orders. 10 orders is very easy to do. Trust me on that. Now the points that you're actually getting, now each of the actual mini boxes will require a certain number of points. Now the second one that I'm aiming for at the moment requires 400, and I've done 191 of 400 points. Now what the maximum box is going to be, I don't know. We will just have to wait and see. But it's actually not that challenging, not really. Now if you want to, do pick and choose your orders. You might want to prepare some of the materials first and then worry about actually doing your orders afterwards. So if you can't make something straight away, especially when it comes to, say, the Witch's Cauldron, because the scary stew takes 2 hours to make, and that is a long time, especially considering that you also need to make some other items as well. So for example, you're going to need the Halloween candy from the Ghost Merchant, and that's 35 minutes. Okay, in fact, let me go through the items that you've got there for the Witch's Cauldron. Now, the Witch's Cauldron has pumpkin soup, and you're going to need pumpkins and cinnamon to make that, and it takes 12 minutes. For the Witch's Cauldron, you've got the Scary Stew as well, and you're going to need the Twilight Root, which you need to grow, the Ghostly Essence from the Ghost Merchant, and you're going to need beef from the cowshed. You've heard it first, you've probably already seen it. Some of the products that you're going to require will come from your standard production materials or harvest materials, but they don't count towards your main points. The points you're getting from using them will go towards this event. So you're also not going to get any coins towards your main total, so do take that into consideration. Now, you can play both parts of the game, but anything that you use from your main restaurant production area within the event does not count, as I said. Now, the last item there is Dracula's Drink, and you will need the blood orange for that one. You're also going to need the ghostly essence, and you will need apples from the apple tree. So I would recommend that you actually buy apples when other people are selling them, because you will find quite quickly that your apples do disappear from your apple trees, and it means that you might end up with lots of dead trees. So if you see apples for sale in the stall, go and buy them, because you will be using quite a lot of them. Right, for Frankie's booth, you've got the Franken cookies. Now, you're going to need the Halloween candy from the Ghost Merchant to make this, and you're going to need wheat from your garden plot. For the Haunted Cupcakes, you're going to need Halloween candy again. So that's 2 items there that require the Halloween candy. You will need to take this into consideration when it comes to your timing. You also need the cinnamon from the Ghost Merchant and chicken eggs from your chicken coop. And my favourite one there, the pumpkin Scareshake. And it looks so delicious. So, pumpkins, cinnamon and milk. Now, do save up these items because they are very, very useful. For the actual crop monster, he will take blood oranges, 3 blood oranges, and he will give you 1 Twilight Root. He will take 1 or 3 Twilight Roots, and he will give you 1 pumpkin. He will take 3 pumpkins, and he will give you 1 blood orange. Now, you may think, okay, well, that's not quite a fair exchange, but trust me, when you're growing lots of items, you might find that you need the space. So I would strongly suggest that you don't harvest all of your crops. You just take them as you need them, and then as you need them, just replant again, because it's not really that challenging to grow these items. Now, for the Ghost Merchant, okay, he will supply you with cinnamon, he will give you ghostly essence, he will give you Halloween candy, and he will give you the Halloween crop as well for the special item. Now, when it comes to the cinnamon, you are going to need Twilight Roots to make one of these. When it comes to the ghostly essence, you are going to need pumpkins. When it comes to the candy, you're going to need the blood orange and the pumpkins. And then you're going to need 100 coins for the last part. Now, I do love the animation on this. I like the fact that the Ghost Merchant often loses his head. He's sticking his head inside a ghostly door, which very much reminds me of a very famous character here in Japan that has a magic door with lots of items inside. I do like the fact that the witch is sniffing and pouring, and she's got a beautiful little cat just sitting there licking its paws, enjoying. Now, Frankie's got me a little bit worried because quite often he's lying down on the job, and if you haven't collected the food, it really looks like the food is sitting on his foot. Now, I'm not sure if that's so hygienic and healthy, but it does look good. Okay, I've just done another gold order in real life with 18 minutes to spare and 104 points, and yay, isn't that awesome? Right, now you can see some of my orders here. Now that one's just done. Every time I've done an order, it adds points. Now you do have the choice of ripping off these orders if you want to. Now there are only 3 orders. You cannot get any more than 3 orders at a time. And when it comes to the actual machines as well, so as an example, the crop monster only has 2 empty slots. Frankie's booth only has 2 slots. The witch's cauldron only has 2 slots. And the ghost merchant only has 2 slots. You cannot expand them. You can only stick with what you've got. So, as I said, please do pay attention to what you need to be doing within the game on that side, or you may find yourself getting stuck. Now, some observations that I've noticed from within the game that are actually quite interesting relate to when you're actually producing the cinnamon and the ghostly essence. Because you want to build up a nice little stock of this, you are going to need pumpkins and you are going to need the Twilight Roots. So do be careful that you are not running out of those items. And I have found that when I'm mass producing, that I do actually quite run out very fast. So, like as an example, the ghostly essence only takes 6 minutes, and that requires only the 1 pumpkin to actually grow. Now, if I'm actually producing the cinnamon, okay, I'm going to need the Twilight Root, and again it's only 1 item, but that requires a 3-minute time cycle as well. So it's not really that long. Now, before I go to bed, which will be very soon, I'm going to put some Halloween candy into production. And I will require to have some stock left up for that one. So that's not going to be a problem. I've also noticed as well that because I've got the Scary Stew in production, it's actually causing a bit of a delay for me because it takes 2 hours to make. So you might want to actually use some of the diamonds you're getting within the game to actually skip it, but the choice is yours. Now, I did actually do one activity in the game where I did skip the diamonds. So, for example, like I had a gold voucher, and the gold voucher or gold order, sorry, requested that I actually supply the ghostly essence. Now, what I'd actually done by mistake was use one of my ghostly essence to produce one of the products I needed. So I got myself a Scary Stew in production. And then I realized, no, you fool, Ricky. You can't do that because you needed it. So I actually had to use one of those diamonds. Now, if you do need gems in the game, remember that you can actually purchase them, and there are some really good deals. Now, at the moment, if I look at the gems in my game, so if I want to get 50 of those gems, it's going to cost me 240 yen because I'm in Japan. If I wanted to get 135, it's 600 yen. If I wanted to get 3,800, it's going to cost me 11,500 yen. If I wanted to purchase coins, okay, again I can spend a lot of money doing this. So if you want to, you might find that using those gems is actually a good way of speeding up production sometimes. But as I said before, do be aware that it does cost money. Now, for the actual blood orange, as I did mention, okay, use the monster masher for that one. Now, you're looking at here the leaderboard. Now, currently in that position, I'm at the top. For the club ranking, there is my leaderboard for my group there. Now, that ranking will change. So, as I said, my friend within my club had overtaken me with quite a lot of points. Now I've actually gone back past her now because I'm still playing before I actually go to bed. She's probably busy or doing something else. But I expect tomorrow morning when she comes online she will zoom ahead again because she's very committed. Another thing you need to be aware of as well that I haven't said yet is that when this event is over, everything that you're producing here is gone. It will completely vanish. It will be ripped down and taken apart. The builders will come in and clear the area back to the way it was. So everything that you're actually providing in this area, you've not had to spend any money on. You don't own the machines. You can't keep them. The only things you can keep from this event are the prizes. So any prizes that you do get will stay with you. So as an example, my first threshold I mentioned was a bronze voucher. The second threshold I reached was 2 gems. And now I'm well on my way to my last one. And I need to get the 500 points for that one before it's finished. I'm on 25 of 500. So the actual amount of points you're aiming for is quite high. So just to clarify on the points, the first one you need 300 points. The second one you need to get another 400 points, and then the last one you need to get another 500 points. And it's not 300, 400, 500, it's actually 300 points, then 400 points, so that's 700 points in total, plus the 500 points, so that's 1,200 points to get all 3 of those rewards. Do bear in mind that that will take a bit of time and energy, but it's actually very, very easy. So, Goat Merchant. He's really, really active, and I do like his graphics. He looks really, really cool. But he is a bit of a bottleneck in the game. Now here's that gold order I was on about. 104 points, and I'm going to need those special items. So I'm going to need the ghostly essence. Now, can I do it in time, I wonder. Now, as I've already said, no I couldn't. So, oh dear, don't make the mistake like I've done. So I'm just advising my group at the same time. So all of my club members, as I'm learning new things, I'm letting them know. That way when they come to play the game themselves, or a little bit later, they can read all of the messages and they won't make the same careless mistakes that I have done. So do talk to each other. Do let each other know what you find out. Do let each other know any tips or suggestions that you pick up. You can also watch all of my videos and get some good ideas as well. Now, if you do wish to subscribe, please do so. At the end of this video, you will find all of my links for my channel. You are welcome to subscribe to my channel, watch my videos. Now, for this event, I will make a new playlist. It will be different from the other playlists that I've actually got there. So it will vary slightly with my points. So when you're watching my other playlist, you may notice that the levels do change slightly because I'm still interacting with my restaurant while I'm doing this event. But it's going to be a lot of fun. Look at that imagery, doesn't it look good? Now I've got 3 orders there, so 47 jack-o'-lanterns. So all orders, as I said, don't give coins or anything else. They actually give you points. So you will see a little jack-o'-lantern above it. Now it could be for 2 items, it could be for 3, it could be for 4. You just need to provide what they're asking for. And as I've found so far, it's not really that challenging. It's actually very, very relaxing. And it does feel that it is fast-paced with some activities as well. So it's not as if you are struggling or stressing out with this event. And there is my first reward. So when you get to the threshold, a little blue box will come up like you've just seen there, and you will get the item. That countdown clock says I have 23 days, 2 hours and 31 minutes left. Ooh, I wonder how many points I can get myself. I wonder how many points my whole group will have. It will be interesting to see. Right, now I'm coming to the end of day 1 for me. I need to hit the sack. So I'm going to say goodbye to everybody, and if you are playing the Halloween event, enjoy it. And I hope this video has given you some help and suggestions. Don't forget to subscribe as I said, and I'll see you all next time. Good night all.